Empire
City transmission.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Empire City Transmissions. It's me, SL25524 of the Empire City Garrison, but you guys can call me Liam if you'd like. I'm here with my wonderful co-host today. Would you guys like to introduce yourself, reintroduce yourself?
I'm Andrea, otherwise ID 41788. Andrea is certainly easier.
Yeah, no kidding. And I'm Matt, TK6257.
We today wanted to, we talked about our villains, our favorite villains, and that did pretty well. So we wanted to talk about not heroes, but underrated heroes that we think don't get as much attention as they deserve. And we didn't really talk about what constitutes as underrated. So I'm kind of interested in seeing like where we go with this. Like, Matt, underrated for you might be like the Rumslag of this list. Whereas for us, it might be like,
comes back to Rumslag. Yeah.
I mean, the world revolves around him, doesn't it?
He's a key character.
He is a key character. He's a key character right here. That's what matters. Did you guys want to start? Do you want to have an order that we went in? I don't know what we did last time.
You just rock, paper, scissors. But I can go first. That way Matt can make fun of me and we can get this over with.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually.
So I guess translated underrated as like just like a hero that's kind of in the background. I went with Professor Hugh Yang, actually. And because see that's that face.
You got the face right away.
Who did you really
pick?
The
reason why I went with him is because he is the reason why any of the heroes are heroes, right? Like, what's a Jedi without their lightsaber? He is the one that teaches them everything that they need to know about the tool of their trade. And so that's why I went with Professor Hugh Yang. It's also on a more like I guess a more like personal note. He reminds me a little bit of my ballet teacher with all the stories that he tells. My ballet teacher did that as well. So I like him for that reason too. But that's my guy, and I'm sticking to it.
I hate it here.
Go on, let's hear it, Matt.
I'm sorry. You first, Matt.
Well, I mean, I just want to pick apart one thing you said that like immediately screamed out at me, like, holy crap, what is she talking about? None of the heroes could be heroes without Hu Yang. What about all the ones that aren't force sensitive and don't use lightsabers? Who I would argue are bigger heroes because they're not magicians who have supernatural abilities to help.
Because they're in Andor.
Amazing things. Because like Andor, yeah.
No, that's very true.
Hu Yang. I was not. You're right. I'm gonna make fun of you. I didn't see that one coming.
Well, to back
no, I knew it.
To kind of back up Andrea. The non-force user heroes wouldn't be there if not for Hu Yang, who trains the people who kind of created a mostly peaceful universe, despite the name Star Wars, so that they could exist. Like, without Hu Yang to teach Jedi how to build the lightsabers, the Jedi wouldn't have been able to keep the peace in the galaxy, and then, wouldn't have really gotten to that point. Does that make sense?
It does, actually. I have to put my foot in my mouth a little bit on
Hu
that
Yang
one.
walked, so everyone can run.
Yeah, okay. I buy it. Okay.
Thousands of generations.
I never thought this deeply about him. I just thought he was a cool character, and then I liked seeing him like kick some guys in Ahsoka. That's cool.
Yeah, I have almost no recollection of him from the Clone Wars, but he was cool in Ahsoka for sure. Yeah.
That's also why I went with him as like underrated, because he's not like a big character, but I do feel like he's an important one that is very easily overlooked. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's all I got.
So I have more questions though. So how did you okay, so I don't know, let's say whenever you thought about this, because we kicked around the idea of doing this topic a couple of weeks ago, right? Or even maybe over a month or two ago. Did you sit down and you were like, I'm going to try to pick somebody else nobody else would think of? Or was he legitimately like, oh, underrated hero? Oh, definitely Hu Yang.
No,
like,
actually,
that you come to
more the second, because I was trying to think of like heroes that I really like. And I couldn't think of any that were like underrated. Like Jin is one of my favorite. If we're going to talk about like the rebels and the heroes, I would have probably gone with Jin, but I was like, she's a main character, she's a big deal. Like who would I pick that's not that? And he was actually like the first one that kind of came to mind. But again, I think more so because like I connected with him on that more personal level because he reminded me of my own teacher. So it was he stood out to me in that way.
He, like many Star Wars droids before him, has some great quippy humor, right? Making fun of Sabine for being incompetent as a Jedi. I thought that was some of those lines were good too. That's interesting. Okay, yeah, I mean, I laughed at you. I take it back. I apologize, but I was really more curious about your mental process here, like Hu Yang. But the teacher thing makes sense, obviously.
What did you pick?
I'll let you
probably
guess.
Won't know who they are, so I can't make fun of you.
Well, I think you'll know. It's not Didrimiro. You told me I couldn't pick anybody from the Empire because apparently they're not heroes. It's just news to me, but
he's a hero to us.
Yeah.
From the right show, of course. I mean, naturally, it was going to be somebody from Andor. Want to guess?
Is it the girl Leia?
It's Leia. 100%. I picked Leia Markey as my underrated hero. I actually wrote down a couple of bullet points because I spent a lot of time thinking about this. So you said, I don't know how you guys interpreted underrated. Andrea went with somebody who's a background character who not a lot of people think of, right? That was kind of how you took it. And I mean, Leia is certainly not a main character. She's more of a secondary character. And obviously Andor is divisive in the community, right? Kind of hit or miss whether people like it or not. You don't think so? I mean, I feel like a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not true Star Wars."
I'm being sarcastic. Yeah,
I was gonna say, yeah, you don't like it, like what you were talking about. Yeah, okay. But then I thought, so not only she's not, like you said, Andrea, she's not a main character. She's not somebody that I think a lot of Star Wars fans think about, whether just because she's just that character in Andor, or I didn't even watch Andor, right? But and I also thought in terms of in-universe underrated hero, and I think that she is the literal backbone of the early rebellion. And I know that like she kind of did so under Luthen's tutelage a little bit, but I think it's clear he becomes more and more unhinged, right? As time goes on. And she's been that rock. And she started doing it when she's like 13 years old, right? Like so she handles all the day-to-day work, right? She helps maintain his cover while he's off doing what he's got to do, pretending to be that antiquities dealer, managing all this like the spy network in behind the scenes as she's doing that, right? Completely sacrificed her humanity, similar to what Luthen's kind of monologue or he gives to Young, right? Supervisor Young in the elevator. She's lived under that false identity basically her whole life. She understands the stakes, right? She makes impossible moral decisions, like killing Luthen, like basically the only father figure she's had most of her life, right?
Spoilers.
Go ahead. No, I think we're good.
Still haven't finished.
That's okay. She kills. I wouldn't have been shocked, honestly. Like that was gonna
I know.
let that one right off my shoulders. Like, damn, I believe it. But
nope.
And then kind of when I was hitting on with what you said about Jedi, like she has no supernatural abilities and she's fearless, despite the fact that she's not going up with odds overwhelmingly in her favor in terms of like, granted she's not doing a whole lot of combat, but she clears out a whole hospital of ISB, agents, which is cool.
That was a really badass scene.
Yeah, and I think the thing that makes her, like, just to cap it all off, the thing that makes her the most underrated is like nobody even in the rebellion knows who she is, and she was happy to keep it that way. Like when you think about like the episode where Andor, right, where Cassian and Melshi go to rescue her from Coruscant, she didn't even want to go to Yavin. She was like, whatever happens here happens here. Like I don't care. Like I've done what I got to do. When he was like, "Oh, you're gonna go live as a hero," like it didn't really appeal to her, right? It just wasn't why she was doing it. She was selfless. She didn't care that she didn't get the medal at the Yavin ceremony, like kind of thing. And I think in and out of universe, that makes her my top underrated hero.
I don't know if I can argue with that.
I really liked her.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, take it. Thank you.
I don't know if I was like a fan of her character, but I liked how much of a pragmatist she is.
Yeah.
Like for better or worse, because obviously it's kind of in the same vein as like Saul Guerrera's kind of Rebels, or it's like the ends justify the means is kind of what I got with Luthen and all that sometimes.
Yep.
So Saul was also a pragmatist, which is like something I respect him for, but he's not like the ideal rebel. I feel like Leia also kind of fell into that, but she didn't require, like you said, glory or fame or any of that. She was like get it done kind of person.
Yeah, I mean the show focuses so much on gray area, and she definitely operates in that gray area. Whereas I would say he's more just full on in the black area, right? But yeah, sure. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, she was kind of like The Rock, where like you have sort of those like big characters who are just straight up unhinged in what they're doing. She's the one that's really holding everything down. She's the cornerstone of that entire operation.
Man, I wish I
What
could
about
disagree
you?
with you more.
Ah,
You're making this too easy. I don't
That
think
was a good
that
choice.
you'll like mine.
I'm sure I won't.
I chose, I don't know if you've heard of him, Anakin Skin. I chose Sabine because I know that she's now been like a protagonist in 2 shows. I don't know if Ahsoka's more popular than Rebels or whatever, but I've Sabine's story was something that kind of got like an arc in Rebels, which was like a 3-season show, and it wasn't really dived into beyond that. But it's a really interesting story, and I would love to see them go more into it because she starts off just as like a quirky, artsy rebel girl that likes explosives. But later in the show, when they get into her backstory, it's like she built this weapon that kills Mandalorians for the Empire when she was young, saw them using it on the Mandalorians, and then ended up defecting. And there's a lot of character depth there. I mean, her fighting, I don't know if I'm allowed to put it up on screen when I'm editing, but when she fought Kanan for the Darksaber, you guys remember that scene?
Mhm.
I know you. I know how you feel about Rebels, Andrea.
No, I liked Rebel. I'm not
Is
a
it just
huge
Ezra?
fan of I don't like Ezra. He ruined everything. But I wasn't a
All
huge
of Star
fan of
Wars.
Sabine because I feel like she kind of would egg him on. And then the whole thing with her becoming Ahsoka's Padawan, I call bullshit on that. But
I've been
go on.
I'm on
Yeah.
board with you for that. Yeah. That dialogue, the back and forth between Kanan and Sabine when they were fighting for the Darksaber, or she was training her with the Darksaber, was really cool to me. And it was a very emotional moment for a kids show where she's talking about how she basically killed all of her family inadvertently. And so to take the surface level, to wrap it up, take the surface level character that you had in the very beginning, and then by the end, how it'd be like she killed everyone kind of on accident, and then switched up, and I don't know, it was I didn't think it got the attention that it deserved in Ahsoka as well. What do you guys think?
I agree that I wanted to hear more about her Mandalorian like story. Because if I'm remembering correctly, like she goes back to help rule Mandalore, and then she ends up going back to the rebellion. And if I'm again remembering that correctly, uh, I just want like more of that part of her story, of like that decision for her to go back, what she really worked on and built and everything there. Unless am I missing? Am I missing
No,
something?
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I would, yeah, I'd like to hear more of her Mandalorian story and not this, like, again, this random, like, side piece of now she's trying to be a Jedi.
Yes, that is. I am on board
Yeah.
with that. What about you, Matt?
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see what Star Wars focuses on. And it's a kid show, like you said, right? I mean, it's what were they, half-hour episodes or were they longer? I don't remember. and allegedly Dave Filoni had a plan and he knew how many seasons he wanted to do, and they offered him to extend it and he refused. But like in hindsight, there's so many things in Rebels and other shows as well that I wish they would have focused more on. It's like I wonder if they knew how much that would have hit or how interesting that was. And it reminds me kind of like, I wasn't alive for this, but like when you hear some of the older fans talk about hearing about the Clone Wars for the first time in 1977. And they're like, "Well, what are the Clone Wars, right?" Like, I mean,
point.
we got that taste of Sabine, obviously, on Mandalore, but like, I mean, like it or not, like Mandalore and Mandalorians have become so prevalent in Star Wars media. Like, you can't help but
I heard they just released a movie about them.
Yeah, it was great.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
I don't know. Once you have kids, I know you kind of forget.
I really feel like live under a rock now.
But
I did hear something about a movie.
I will say, to your credit, Liam, something that I know I'm bad at is looking at the dialogue in the quiet moments and like thinking about what it means as though it's like real people saying it. Like it's easy when you're watching something to like, okay, nothing's getting blown up, nothing, there's no like, it's not a ton of tension. Like here's a moment like you're talking about between Kanan and Sabine of like kind of tender character development.
It's
and, like
interesting.
exposition. Good.
It's interesting that you say that because I feel like you would be the opposite. You like Andor, and that's a lot of like character development through dialogue.
Yeah, I do. I mean, and I love it, but I think once it gets on the verge of like, I don't know, maybe it's just more like I as I go back and watch these movies and shows, like I learn new things every time, and I don't know if that's just because there's layers. It's like an onion, like Shrek, whatever. But I think sometimes like that moment with with Ezra, like with Kanan rather. I've only watched Rebels through twice or maybe three times total. I could see just being like, oh, okay, great. Like Sabine's complaining about her life. Like, cool.
Womp womp.
Yeah. And not really give it, but that's what makes Star Wars real is when you kind of bring that into what it would like as though these were real people having this conversation. I mean, and I think I'll rewatch that scene for sure, just to see. It's just interesting to me that you picked up on that, whereas it's something that I feel like that would have been a moment for like a slow moment for me to check my phone, and I've clearly missed some major development there.
I've recommended. I'd even like a Tales of the. It's inevitable, right? Tales of the Rebellion. Sure, of like Sabine when she was young and how much of a genius she would have had to be to design a weapon that targets Beskar alloys, right?
Yeah.
And then just expand on. There's some stuff there to talk about, I think.
Well, let's just say, what do you think? Like, I would bet anything that the next one is Tales of the Rebellion. So, what are the two characters you think realistically that they would pick? I think Luke Skywalker is going to be one of them.
Dave Filoni does this, right?
Yeah.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, even though she already had the 3 arc.
Yeah, she wouldn't. I don't know. I think Luke is on Tatooine, maybe.
I wonder if they treat Luke as untouchable. But like, I know people have been clamoring for like a Tales of the Rebellion with Luke.
Yeah. Kanan, maybe? Kanan and Hera.
Yeah, but Freddie Prinze Jr. said he would never do Star Wars again. I don't know if that's true. I mean, for the right amount of money, I'm sure he would. But
Bill Burr said he would never do Star Wars.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he said he would never do it. Period. And then he did. Yeah.
And then Mayfield.
Yeah. What about you, Andrew? Who do you think? Tales of the Rebellion. Who are the two characters they do?
I don't quite know what Tales of the Rebellion is. I'm sorry.
We don't know. Yeah. So they're doing those anthology shows: Tales of the Empire, Tales of the Underworld, right? Tales of the Jedi. Mm-hmm. And it's like the 3 15-minute shorts, and they pick one character and another character that fall under that category, right? So did you watch any of those?
I don't think so.
Oh, you should go watch those. They're good. I mean, they're okay. Really they're not great, but yeah.
So, well, it's like what Rebels do I think they would do?
Yeah, realistically, like I think he's got a point with Ahsoka just because Dave Filoni can't not include Ahsoka in things, but
I don't think that he will because she's
so
already been
much
done.
Ahsoka, like And not that I don't want more Ahsoka, I'm here for it, but I feel like there's already so much that it would be a really good opportunity to go into some of the rebels, like Kanan and Hera, but I don't know. If anything, I feel like Star Wars is, you can always count on them to go back to the names that everybody knows, like Ahsoka and Anakin and well, he's not a rebel, but sorry. But yeah, like they'll kind of like keep retelling the same, or I guess maybe not the same story, but more.
Yeah, just expanding on the safe characters,
yeah, just
basically.
The same characters, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a safe bet.
That's really true.
So
yeah, Sabine, I'm thrown with Sabine, but it's a good choice. Both you guys, I gotta say, I agree.
Okay. We hit the 20-minute mark, so we're technically safe. I wanted to try something else out while I have you guys, because podcast views have been down on account of the fact that they've never been up. So we need to get them up.
Touché.
We need to get them up. And I was looking at all the top podcasts, and they're either true crime, is it true crime, celebrity, or comedy? I don't think any of us know celebrities. If you do, then you know. True crime, I feel like it's all been settled. We would have to go out and do crimes, and then I feel like if we talk about that on a podcast, we're just incriminating ourselves. The other one was comedy, so
it's a perfect.
No one would expect the criminals to talk
no one would
about
expect
their
it's
own crime.
Because why would you sell yourself out?
The other one was comedy. So you guys want to take out your Star Wars jokes, and then you guys write some before the show?
Were we supposed to?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we talked
about
that.
No, I haven't given. I didn't tell you guys to write any, but I have some extra ones if you want to read them. Just the comedy podcasts are popular. I figured we could do something like that.
Sure.
For all of you who are listening at home, this is a quick voiceover. Due to our recording software, you won't hear us laughing at a lot of the jokes that we're about to tell, so it'll be really strangely silent. But if you're watching, you can see us, and yeah, we're laughing. That's all. The first one is report. Stormtrooper realizes Blaster E11 is equipped with scope, increases accuracy by 87%. Maybe if they figured out they had scopes. I don't know.
This whole time?
They didn't know.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In other breaking news, a local hungry droid BB-8. We're probably going to stay serious on that one. Yeah, there you
go. I love whoever made that is great. Matt, you should have one.
Yeah, I have it. You ready for me?
Yeah.
Okay. The newest Star Wars game, titled Zero Company, is set to release on August 27th. I don't understand why Disney would make a game that relies heavily on strategy, seeing as thinking has remained one of Star Wars fans' biggest challenges since 1999.
You can't insult. You can't insult. So we're doing this to get new people in. You can't insult all the Star Wars fans.
Have you met
honestly
me?
Rude.
That's what I'm for. That's all I do.
Rude.
We'll
That's good.
Just maybe be a little kinder on the next one around, what is this? This card says, what's Palpatine's skincare routine? I want to know so I can avoid it. That was not even that was a joke. It's not even a news article title.
It's gonna get you in trouble for treason, I think.
Who wrote these?
The ISB will be knocking on your door later.
I'm sure they will.
New reports show that Mon Calamari have been getting into the culinary business, and they're calling their franchise Admiral's Snack Bar.
They're very industrious people, obviously.
Well done.
Well done. I see what you did there.
Oh, I see what I did there too. Good job pointing it out. I wouldn't have noticed otherwise. Thank you for that. All right, Matt. We have what's your next one?
Star Wars has historically been full of racial stereotypes. This legacy continues today as the Mandalorian and Grogu introduces a fat slug with an American accent.
Come on, man.
You can't. You're just insulting everyone.
We're trying to get the numbers up here.
We need people in. Is the idea.
That's
actually
great.
yours have been good so far. I don't know if you guys are ready for the next one. Let's take it.
Do it.
Yeah. Just in. A new study shows that the real reason the Empire lost on Endor wasn't because the rebels had good aim, but because the stormtroopers were wearing white, shiny armor in the middle of a forest.
That'll do it.
Would give away their position.
Reasonable. Like, that's...
Fair.
Yeah. That one's just more of a news article.
All right, I'm not going to read ahead this time. Experts have recently concluded an investigation into the full expense of the Darth Vader costume, which has been revealed to cost an arm and a leg.
Matt, you're laughing. It's silent, but you're laughing.
Ask anybody who's built a Vader.
That's true.
Right?
I'm sure. Yeah.
I always hear people say to Vader's, like, how much does your costume cost? And I'm always like, say an arm and a leg. An arm and a leg. Like, it's the only right answer.
You start dropping actual numbers.
Yeah.
Wrong answer.
Or like more of a kidney or something. But yeah. Matt, we're trying to get new people here. Try and keep it family friendly and everything. Just
see what I can do. FISD is too long of an acronym. We should just shorten Stormtrooper detachment to make things simpler.
I can't even keep that in a podcast. I have to bleep that out.
It's inappropriate.
That's so inappropriate. It's
inappropriate.
Come on.
What do you want from me?
Just one discriminatory article after another.
Right? Like how?
Look, I don't make the news. I just report on it. Okay.
All right. Yeah. Who wrote this then, huh? I vote in favor of you having one more chance to redeem yourself after all of these. Try and something that will unify people. Okay. One more chance.
All right. New York has recently thrown into a frenzy by fans as the Knicks faced off against the Spurs for the NBA championship. If we had as many Star Wars fans as there are Knicks fans, there'd be a whole lot more losers.
I can't believe you'd say
now
that.
You're just being mean.
I gotta edit that out. Wait, dude, you gotta do like a Jar Jar doing like an or an oops like over me reading. That'd be great.
Lisa, sorry.
You're just making my life more difficult. You're just making my job more difficult here. That's okay.
Did you write that? That was good.
Okay.
That's an older one, I think. We had a producer who, I don't know if he wrote them, but we have a producer now. Thank you guys for sticking around a little bit longer, and thank you to all our viewers for watching this long, for putting up with us. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to add before we're done?
Thank you to all 4 of you, 3 of whom are in the garrison. Appreciate your support.
On this call.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't watch this. You watch this.
The other one is my other account.
Yeah.
Hopefully our humor will, I don't know, bring some new fans in. Yeah, thanks everyone for sticking around, for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, you can DM us on Instagram or Facebook, and Andrea or I will answer you. And I think that's about it. Long live the Empire.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, Mom.
Long live the Empire.
Long live the like and subscribe. Trooper, wait right there. This is Captain Rex with an urgent announcement. I need you to subscribe to the Empire City Garrison and turn on notifications so you don't miss future Empire City Transmissions episodes. We're trying to cut down the length to make them more engaging, so share them with your friends. And if you want to join the 501st, visit our website or DM us on Facebook or Instagram, where we post all kinds of Star Wars related things. Captain Rex out.